Hey guys, NanMan here. I decided I was going to do some Hearthstone stuff because I normally do beta coverage of Blizzard games when I get the chance, and I've been slacking on doing coverage for Hearthstone, so I wanted to make a little bit of video, show off probably one of my decks today, show you what I have in there, maybe play a game or two of it for you guys to be able to enjoy. So as you can see, like when you join into Hearthstone, if you completed all the tutorial stuff, um, you'll get the quests each day. Looks like 2 quests that I have: Hunter or Mage Dominance. I have to win 5 games as either of those in an arena or play mode, and then Spell Mastery, just cast 40 spells. So pretty easy, pretty simple for the quests. I like the way that they added things in, that in the quest log you have this X, you can just exit out and not do anything with it. As you can see, I've been playing pretty much with most of my decks, but you can kind of see the ones that I play with a little bit more than others. I suck at arenas since I'm copper level here. I've been playing a lot more rank mode, not as much lately since I'm rocking level 17, but we'll play a couple of ranked games after I show you guys what deck we're going to use. As I've kind of locked down, and oh yeah, this is my troll deck that I was using last night. So Burninating, we'll show you that one because we'll probably play with this one. Rocking double arcane missile. I'm still tweaking the ice lance. I don't know if I am happy with having this in here right now. So as you can see, it's a lot of 1-drops. I have 8 1-drops in there. Decent amount of 2-drops. With the Arcane Explosion I'm running 1 of, and then 2 Frostbolts. I've kept 1 Arcane Explosion because the AoE damage works out pretty well. Most of the time I'm going to have some increased spell damage that it pays off pretty well to have that. So, especially dealing with Paladin decks, dealing with Shaman decks with the totems and stuff like that. So, having that AoE, I like having that. Like I said, Frostbolt's pretty good, and that's another reason why I have 1 Ice Lance in there right now, is because I'm running 2 Water Elementals and 2 Frostbolts, so lots of options to freeze, but I'm still not really happy with having the Ice Lance in there. I just don't know what else I would like to adjust in its place currently. But, Leper Gnomes, great 1-drop, 2-1, deal 2 damage to an enemy hero when it dies. That's, of course, the Death Rattle ability there. So, pretty good having that in there. I'm running 2 Mana Worms. Whenever I cast a spell, gets more attack there, so always been very helpful. 2 Arcane Intellect, gotta get those draw spells. 2 Ice Blocks, Ice Barriers. 2 Ice Barriers, 1 Ice Block right now is the combination I'm going with. The Ice Barrier gives me the armor, 8 armor when I get attacked, and the Ice Block prevents me from dying. For one, it's going to take fatal damage. It prevents that. Then we've got some of our other creatures. We got the spell damage guys here. Dalaran Mage. It's a 1/4 for 3. Very hardy, and I'm not really going to be doing much aggression with him, just for the fact that it's a 1 attack here, but it's really going to help out because it's the 3-drop. It's going to work really well with the Frostbolt. It's going to work really well with Arcane Missile, with the Arcane Explosion, some of these lower drop things. So that's why I've kept those in instead of the Kobolds. A 2/2 is cool, but I like having the hardier Dalaran Mage instead of the Kobolds. Of course, 2 Fireballs, 6 damage for 4. That easily gets built up to 7 damage, 8 damage there pretty easily. Ogre Magi. So this is a good 4-drop for my deck here. It's a 4/4, spell damage +1. This I can easily start being aggressive with, put some attack with the Magi, or just sit here and use my Fireballs, Frostbolts with him. So that works out pretty well. Water Elemental, I'm running 2 of there. 3/6. Great aggression to it, can help me if I'm not getting into the burn spells. Also has some answers to my opponent's creatures, freezing them, stopping them from attacking, or if I'm playing like one of the rogue or warrior decks kind of thing, or even the druid, locking that guy down so he can attack with his own hero, that's a great way to help out with that. So I'm running 2 of those, 2 Ajora's Drakes, 4/4, spell damage +1, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. Get some draw ability in there. This has helped me out so much. And then we've got our heavy hitters here, kind of our 6 and 7+ drops. We've got Illidan. Whenever you play a card, doesn't have to be a spell, it can be a spell or creature. You get to summon a 2/1 flame creature onto the battlefield here. So it can work out very, very well. Get a little bit snowball very quickly with that. Only a 6 drop for a 7/5. So he tends to die very quickly because people don't want him to get out of control. And that, that's fine with me. It's like, okay, use a lot of your spells on him, and then I've got some of the other crazy stuff out there. I'm running 2 Pyroblasts in there. Of course, the cost 8 for 10 damage, but like I said, when you combo it with some of these other spell damage guys, it becomes much stronger. And then I'm running 1, of course, Ragnaros, because Firelord's so good. Deal 8 damage to random enemy, and my whole thing is burninating. I'm going to deal damage directly to you, so that's kind of what my main purpose is. So he works out extremely well in this deck. I do have a decent amount of dust left, but right now I'm in that phase of I'm pretty happy with the cards that I have. I could throw in Counterspell, I could do something like that. I've thought about running Frost Nova in there to help with Ice Lance, but I'm also not running any polymorphs anymore. Not running any more Mirror Entities or Spellbinders. I took out Cone of Cold. I used to love Blizzard, and then they increased it up to 6, and it's become a little bit tougher for me to deal with. So I like Ice Lance, a 1-drop thing, but I'm not really feeling it right now. I could try the Sorcerer's Apprentice, throw that in there instead of Ice Lance. It's only a 2-drop there. Give me some more 2-drop slots, and then it just helps out decreasing the cost of everything else. So I think we might try that out when we play, tweak it up a little bit, because there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Ice Lance. You can run 2 of the Ice Lances. You can, run the Frost Novas there, run the Water Elementals, Cone of Cold, and be very, very frost heavy. So these really get to deal 4 damage whenever you play it. But I'm not really feeling that interaction right now with what I'm playing. So I'm going to take out the Ice Lance this time, put in 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice, and see how this works out. But yeah, I have a couple other decks, and I can showcase off each of those. But today we're going to be showing the mage off a little bit, and we're going to do some rank mode and see how we work, how things work out with it. So jump up to rank. As you can see, we're rank 17. They changed the way the rank mode has worked. So when you win, of course, you get stars. You can go up in levels. When you lose stars. You go down in level. So we're going to see how well we can do now. I'm rocking out rank 17 here. Obviously, we're not in the top member players there, but you can see some of our friends, 12, 15 here, been playing pretty well. I know Kai Fire was using Warlock. I don't know what he's been playing lately. And then Jaime, of course, always is changing what he plays. So, Uther. So now it's the decision-making time. We've got some great interactions here with Mana Worm, Arcane Missile, Frostbolt. Pyroblast is not going to help us right now. It's an 8-drop. We can just chuck it from our hand. This is a cool thing at the beginning. You basically get to decide, alright, what your hand looks like. If you want to keep this stuff or not, you can get rid of everything in your hand, keep one thing, do all that kind of fun stuff there. So we kept 3 of the things. We got the coin because we go second, and he played the secret. I'm trying to remember all the Paladin secrets, and I'm blanking on all the stuff. Hello. Alright, well, let's play the Mana Worm. I think this is when he gets attacked, he summons a 2/1 guy for defense. I would like to do this, but I'm going to wait and see what he plays turn 2. Because, we have some great interactions we can do and mess with him a little bit. As we can, this turn we can coin into Ice Block, or we can just save coin, which I think we will Arcane Missile. I think I want to just attack him and get the secret to come out. Yeah, so he summons a 2/1 guy, which is fine. Basically now he can trade these guys off, but it gets that out of the way, so when I can summon some other guys, I don't have to worry as much for now. You know, got some damage done. So he's going to summon this recruit. That's what's cool too. Oh, it's Mind Shield. Every hero's got their own ability. Mine is deal 1 damage to target creature or player. His is summons a 1/1. So he gave his guy Divine Shield, prevents the damage that would be dealt to him. So he was able to get in there and do some good damage with that. Could Water Elemental this turn. I think I'm just going to start dinging off. You know, I haven't taken any damage. I'm not really that worried about things. So we're going to do that. See what he plays. Oh, this is really a great spell. Whenever you summon a minion, give it +1/+1 and lose a durability here. So, great spell. Like, that's one of the best swords that Paladin can have, because, you know, you summon recruits with your reinforcement here, you play spells, and they always get buffed up. So this is starting to be a very similar Pally deck to what my buddy Jaime was playing. So he wasn't running, I don't think he was running the reinforcement or the novices in there anymore, but he was running knife jugglers, you know, doing all this interaction and stuff like that, which works out really well. Okay, so now we're going to be just frostbolting him out of the way, just for the fact that this combos up very quickly and does a lot of damage. So we're going to throw that up. Whoa. Ice Barrier, we can throw this down now. He'll be able to increase 1 guy. I feel comfortable enough doing that. And then, you know, this at least delays us from being able to take too much damage. We'll if he attacks us with him, alright, we don't take 4 damage this turn. Then we still have 4 armor left. But what's he going to play? Deal 2 damage to all enemy units. What a jerk. So this is now a 4/3. A little bit scarier. Okay, so he just chooses to freeze it off and ding it down there. So, okay, interesting choice. We still have our Ice Barrier left. I think I'm going to just play him, get a draw card off of this. He's more likely to be able to attack into this now. And then I'm going to hold this for now. Because like I said, I've got Dalaran Mage, I've got some interactions here, so we're going to wait. But we still have coin into Ragnaros, so I'm still feeling very comfortable with our options that we have available to us. And even though, yeah, he's still at 28, we're at 23, I've come back when we're like at 7 life before. So I'm not as worried. Like I said, this is more of a burninating thing, an interesting choice to do that. Worked out really well. He doesn't even have to worry about trading any of his guys here. But now we can block that. And we can start to at least get rid of some of his creatures. So now this is the tough choice, because this doesn't guarantee us dealing damage to his creatures. This we can deal some damage, and then we've got some options to kill off one thing, so we're going to do this first. And now it's the risk. I think we're going to play the risk because we still have the coin. Okay, good. That paid off very well. It's like, we still have the coin if we need to kill off the one creature that we didn't kill. But no, it worked out well. He still's going to gain life. You know, he'll probably just kill off our Dalaran Mage. But, yeah, I'm not so worried about that. Because next turn, we've got our Ragnarok coming down. Nice, nice, nice. So now you can just flood the board with creatures to help draw his fire, but... So, Karen's pretty sweet. He just gets basically replaces himself when he dies. And this, I'm happy with doing that because of the fact that, you know, Karen could have attacked and done a lot of damage to Ragnaros. But now he's got Bane out. We'll have to attack, drop him down a little bit. But, ooh, double a minion's attack. Okay, that is a good way to do it. Just trades him off completely. Well, now he's got his little 1/1s here, which I'm not as worried about. Like, we still have the armor. I think we're gonna just start doing this, though. Knocking some of them off. We have more secrets that we can play. And then now we can start, you know, throwing some pyroblasts at him, throwing some fireballs at him. They're going to start adding up very, very quickly here. And we're starting to get into the territory where I'm relatively happy with how things are looking. Deal 3 damage. Draws a card, and then now he can trade him off. Ooh. Avenging Wrath, so good. Deal 8 damage. 7 of it goes to me. Well, we take 6 because we had the armor there, but...
I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Don't lie to me. I think I'm going to just save it. You know, he's got no threats on the board. Try to see if we can get some spell damage, because we have, so one Azora's Drake, we still have our Ogre Magi's that we have not played, and we have not gotten any of our draw 3 spells yet. Or draw 2, cost 3 spell. Reporting for duty. There we go. Arcane Intellect. Okay, we can ding this off. See, now we've got all of our burn spells with us. And I'm happy to just, like, throw a fireball at his face for now. Make him a little bit more nervous about how things are going to be looking. Because, you know, we can do 10 damage to him next turn. We basically have enough to kill him. And he can't kill us in time. Because we can 10 damage to him, fireball, get rid of that in case we get something else, but... Aha! Barrier. Running the block. Deal 2 damage, cool. Yeah, I'll probably summon a recruit or something. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, let's see. What do we get? End your turn. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with just pyroblasting. Getting rid of the shield. And then it's basically next turn we just pyroblast him for the win. And this is how this deck works. It's like basically put up as much barriers, much delaying as possible. Oh, restore 8 health, draw 3 cards. Well played, well played.
Well played.
Reporting for duty.
It's got to make it difficult on me. So now we have to actually answer some of his creatures and stuff. So we'll just get rid of this. Get rid of one of his recruit guys. And then that's a little bit more stable now for us. We still have 16 damage just from spells in our hand. Assuming he's not going to do anything with this. And it looks like, yeah, he'll just buff it up. Wow, super buff.
Well played.
So he just was like, I think I can kill him this turn. Well, no, you can't kill me this turn. Hmm. So now we froze him so he can't attack. And then next turn we can Pyroblast into him. I mean, he still might have stuff to, but I don't think he has enough to deal 13 damage without any creatures. Yeah, so he'll deal 8, which 4 of it could easily go to our Magi. And it does. So yeah, 4/4. 3 damage to me, but not enough.
Well played.
Well played, but not enough. And that's pretty much how it works. I mean, like I said, we've come back when we have very little life, but you know, that's just how it works with the mage deck. You become it's a little bit tough to deal with sometimes because you're pretty much almost always on the defensive. And then yeah, as it sees like, all right, we played 13 spells that turn or that game, and you know, we won a match as the mage there. So it worked out really well. We didn't get to see our new creature we added in. You guys remember, we switched it up a little bit. Added in our, wherever she is, Sorcerer's Apprentice. We never saw her. Iceland's not having it in. Didn't really affect me, I didn't think. So I think that worked out pretty well. So we're going to try one more here. And see how it works. Yeah, Paladin's a very strong deck. You know, they've got a lot of damage they can do. Have some really strong creatures that go with them, so it works out really well. That's why I have a lot of Paladin stuff, but I don't have everything I need to really lock down one of those, so I'm not working out in that regard.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you
My magic will tear
apart.
you apart. I think we're definitely gonna chuck this. And I think we're going to chuck the Fireball too. See what other 2 cards we can get out of this. And sometimes that happens. Get rid of a card, you get the exact same one back. So we're on turn 1. Which I think we will just Mana Worm. The thing is, like, he can Mana Worm into the Mana Crystal, which you get when you go second. Or Leper Gnome, yep, so Mana Worm. Is he going to Mana Crystal this turn? Mana Crystal into, yep. Arcane Missile. Oh, Icelands. Interesting, okay. So he just freezes me off, and next turn he has no problem essentially just killing me there. But, you know, I'm just going to summon something else and basically let my Mana Worm potentially be killed off. No, so he's going to leave it alive here. Chooses to Fireball my Leper Gnome. Nothing wrong with that. So we probably have very similar decks. I'm curious to see what other spells he's going to start throwing out. Okay. So Arcane Intellect is pretty good for a 3-drop here. He's not that worried right now. Yes, he has no board presence, but it's like, alright, this is only doing 2 damage. And so for the fact that he didn't do anything, we have a creature on board. I have the option between Dalaran Mage and Arcane Intellect. We also have Fireball, but I'm going to save that. So we're going to go with the Arcane Intellect here. Draw some cards. Gets us back up to try to keep up with him, and now we can start doing some 3 damage to him. Basically being like, alright, you still have to have an answer for my Mana Worm, so you better come up with something soon. And then next turn, you know, we've got Dalaran Mage into Frostbolt if we want to. Okay, so he's going to rely on the Arcane Missile to try to deal enough damage to it, and doesn't, so now he can try to Fireball and weaken him down again, which is perfectly fine. Alright. I think I do want to keep Frostbolt for now up. But again, it's like I could do the 4 damage, pump him up because he's going to die next turn. Yeah, so we're going to actually, we'll Frostbolt him now. So we'll take 8 damage this turn. And we're still on the steady incline upward with Ragnaroth coming out relatively soon. Cone of Cold. Alright, that's a good way. Good way to stop things. Draw a card. Leper Gnome. And end turn. Again, if he's playing the AoE damage stuff, like we saw the Cone of Cold and stuff, you could have Blizzard and have other things here and there, which not that big of a deal. I'm not that worried about those kind of spells. I mean, now we're starting to get up. We do 8 damage with our fireballs, so. But, yeah, it's like at this point, yeah, he'll trade off, weaken my fireball. That's okay. Getting closer. I think we'll do this turn. Swing in. And then next turn we can actually hit him for 16 with our fireballs alone. Or we could just, you know, Ragnaros. We have lots of options now. Sorry, Kirby. Can't keep up. I love that the board has all these little interaction things you can do. Ooh, this is a great stopper right there. So it's a 4/4 with taunt, deal 2 damage to all characters. So if it dies, so taunt, you have to attack it. If it dies, with the death rattle ability would go off, it'll do 2 damage to everything on the board and all heroes. So now he's debating what to do, and looks like he'll do the 1 damage to me. He could have done the 1 damage to this, but he's like, well, you probably have to attack into me. Do I? Do I have to attack into you? Because I have. You don't even have to worry about your wall. Hooray! Yeah, it's working out pretty well. We're basically just trying to get through and knock out those quests real quick. I already have an arena run going, which, again, I'm not very good at the arena, so I'm going to try to do much more constructive videos and talk about some of those kind of decks, and I'll be highlighting my different decks that I have. So right now we're showing off the Mage deck. I have other decks that I'm very happy with. I've got a Shaman one, and then my Hunter and my Druid are starting to get a little bit more up to where I want them to be, but they're not quite on par yet. But I'll definitely show you guys the different decks. I always have a very hard time playing against the... We could chuck him as well and just go Mana Worm style of play, but I think it's fine to just keep 1 3-drop like this. I always have a wow, all of our creatures we've got. I always have trouble playing against priest decks, so their ability to heal makes it pretty difficult. Alright. Mana Worm, and just end turn with that. Okay, so it's his turn. Let's see what he's going to do. I mean, I've seen Priest just be like, I'm just going to heal for 2. Just because I can. I got no other options right now, but we'll see what he plays. Yeah, we're talking WoW talk. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Basically just trying to buy some time here. I normally don't like to use mirror images so early, especially when there's not really that much I have to worry about, but it buffs up the mana worm. Basically says, okay, you better have a response for this turn because he's going to start getting crazy good soon, and that's exactly what he does. He uses his Shadow Worn Pain on that. But then, we are at the point where we can pop out Water Elemental next turn. We've coined into Water Elemental is pretty good. Okay, so yeah, so he's just knocks everything down, and so I'm happy with throwing out Water Elemental this turn. Basically says, okay, do you have another Shadow Ward Pain in your hand? Got a lot of those crops. Let's consider. Decisions. Okay, going for the Yeti. So we could do the 6 and just kill him off, kill off the Yeti and not have to worry about him. But I think we're going to throw this down first. Just get rid of this and basically say, okay, are you going to attack into it because the elemental is still a threat, or are you just going to kill off my Ogre Magi now and then let me ding off your Chillwind Yeti? A lot of delays and stuff he's got in this deck. Yeah, so it looks like he's perfectly fine with letting me just ding him. I guess I should have done that, but Alright, so we're gonna just do this first. He can, now he's got the option, heal this up, play other spells, like, we'll see what he decides to go with. But at least I'll get out Illidan next. Deal 2 damage, heal his guys. Very nice. How rude. Clears the board. It's risky playing him now because I have no other spells to play with him. So I'm not guaranteeing getting any stuff. So I'm really feeling comfortable doing this. I can play my Ogre. I have a lot of options. I think we're going to play the Ogre and just ding him for now and see what he does. See if he's going to attack into it, attack me. Where's his play going to lie? We chose to keep Illidan back. You know, he only had 2 cards in hand, yes, but without any spells to play with it, I didn't feel very comfortable throwing him out and just having him die to destroy target creature with 5 or more attack. Nice. Okay, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, so he's just going to bypass, which is fine. Doesn't bother me. No, I don't. And he's basically like, well, you're not going to do anything about it there. Okay. I still want to start playing him, but we don't have any spells yet, so. So he'll probably just trade him off at that point, which is fine because now we're starting to get some spells that we can play with Illidan. Wow, he is all about these taunt creatures. Trades him off that way, heals him up. Okay. Yeah, he's basically like, I can get rid of that at any point. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, another taunt guy. Wow. All the taunts. What to do. I really wanted to save these guys to interact together. I'm just gonna intern. I mean, basically, he's gonna start swinging in and killing off my guys, but I'm in a difficult predicament here. Sorcerer's Apprentice. I must consider.
We must cleanse the
Nice.
well.
Good decision. Yeah, I figured he would go and start interacting with him first. Heal it off, no problem. And so now we have to sort of start to consider doing other stuff, but first, you are not prepared. So we only got one out of it, but 16 cards left in our deck. And yeah, so I figured he would be saving that. Didn't work out so well for us in that regard. But if he trades them, that would work out great. Trade him off, trade him off, trade him off. Alright, so he's got no cards left in his hand. And we already have an ice block. I don't like using Fireball on creatures. I'd much rather save it, but he's got nothing. I think we're just going to do this and just start digging him and see what he's got. I mean, we have enough that we can stay alive with our ice blocks or ice barriers for a while. And we still have all of our arcane intellect that lets us draw cards. We've got Azor's Drake left in here. I don't know what else he's got. You know, we've got Ragnaros too. That's a good answer for pretty much anything. And starts sting him down pretty quickly. Oh yeah, so he's gonna just Novice Engineer, draw some cards. Alright. Heal himself, no problem. But now he's got the board presence, and we don't. But we do have a water elemental. Bing, 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 bing. 13 cards, 14 cards. I haven't gotten any of my Pyroblast yet. I have had to use... Oh, rude. Mind Control so good. I mean, we're we're at a weird spot where you can just start dinging him off a little bit, but he'll just start healing him, and it's makes it tough. Stealing our water elemental is not good for us. Oh, nice. Now he can start drawing cards because he starts healing his creatures. Or at least there's a lot for him to get through before he can do damage to us. Alright, so we're going to do this and just get rid of that. And turn. I don't know how many mind controls he runs in his deck. We see he's got a lot of mid-rangey stuff with his Yetis and the Serpent Naga ladies that gain life, so, and a lot of taunt creatures. So this is basically just delay. Alright, now this helps us a little bit. We get some draw power. I chose to save the Arcane Missile for now, just until I get some extra spell damage, just for the fact that whenever he heals, he'll draw cards.
I hope you like my invention.
Interesting choice. He'll heal this, draw some more cards. Let's see what this does. That I was pretty happy with. I mean, he's got 6 cards left. I have 5 cards left. It's now starting to get down to if you run out of cards in your deck, you start losing life whenever you draw cards. So he's going to drop down to 5 again. So it's basically a race to try to get the best cards out of our decks that we can. But he's perfectly fine with drawing all these cards because he can just gain life every time he loses life. But we're going to make it a little bit more difficult depending if he trades off and kills off this, because we've got Pyroblast and we've got Frostbolts. We still have our shield. Yeah, it looks like he's already healed, so trades off. I'm perfectly fine Fire-blasting and then dinging him there. Yeah, he's got 2 cards. We still haven't seen Ragnarok, so that's going to be great, but he's got a full set of cards in his hand. So, okay, another Chillwind Yeti. Alright. Yeah, he's basically just like non-stop creatures here. But again, we still have the armor, so we're okay. I want to use this, but I'm gonna wait.
I'm almost out of cards.
Yeah, so now things are getting tough. He keeps healing. Not what we need. I forgot that we still had these guys left in our deck. Alright. So now he has to answer my Mana Worm. I have 2 cards left. I think he wins, though. I'm pretty sure he's going to win this. Well, at least he takes some damage from it. What's he got to do? Yeah, okay. Let's try me with 3 less attack. Alright.
I'm almost out of cards.
I think we might win. Yeah.
Well played.
Well played.
I don't know how we managed to get that. I guess there is advantages and disadvantages to just drawing your whole deck there. So that worked out pretty well. We got our win streaks. We got a couple more stars there. So it jumped us up to rank 16 here. So been doing pretty good. Again, I'm liking not having the Icelands in here. Sorcerer's Apprentice didn't really do much that game, but it all worked out pretty well. Again, like there's a lot of different variations of mage decks. Like you could have a very secret heavy one, would let you be able to, like, let's jump into crafting mode. You can see some of the ones that I don't have. Vaporize I don't have, which is a pretty cool one. The Kirin Tor Mage, when the next secret you play costs 0. That's a great one. I don't have this Archmage. That's pretty cool. Whenever you cast a spell, put a fireball spell into your hand. I also another spell creature that I would be interested in for this deck. Where is he? The Blood Mage. 2-drop. He's a 1/1 spell damage, increase +1, and when he dies, you draw a card. And then, of course, like most people, I want to get the dragons. Yeah, Ysera is so good. At the end of your turn, you draw a dream card and stuff. So there's a lot of fun things I could do like that. But yeah, so this is the mage deck. You know, you got to see good things. Even if we're low in health, we're looking on the back foot, we still seem to be able to manage to climb our way back through with it. And that's why it's fun. It's like, you know what, I could be losing, but if I just, heard the cards, draw the right card, it can easily turn around very, very quickly here. And so it's a good mix of burninating spells, direct damage spells, as well as some heavy hitting creatures. We've got water elementals, Illidan's in there, Ragnaros. So basically, you have to have answers to these guys, or else you're going to be in trouble. And we try to flood the board with these early drops like mana worms to be like, you better deal with these guys because they're going to get out of control very quickly as well. So this is the mage deck. We got to play a couple games, different matchups there. We got to play against a paladin, we got to play against a priest, and we did the mirror matchup. So you got a good idea of how this works. If you want to see more matches of this mage deck, or if you're curious why am I not using this spell or that spell in this style of play, let me know, because there's aggro decks where you have a lot less burn spells, a lot more of the creatures in there. There's a lot of different mage variations out there, but I'm liking this style. This one seems to work out best for me. We'll do some more mage videos at some point, I'm sure, but like I said, I've got a couple more decks I want to show you. My shaman deck, the elements will destroy you, druid deck for the wild, and my hunter deck, beast mode. These deck titles are still a work in progress because that's just the threat that they tell you and stuff like that, or when they enter the battlefield for the wild and stuff. So still not sure how I want to work these. I'm pretty happy with how the shaman deck is looking. It's starting to gear up towards where I want it to be. So maybe you guys will be able to see some of that soon. What card did I just get from this? Oh, Mind Blast. Yeah, so you'll see some more of that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoy watching the Hearthstone stuff, please hit the subscribe button here on youtube.com/NanMan. I'll be putting up a lot more content. Like I said, I like to do Blizzard games for when they're in the beta, and Hearthstone's still in beta right now, so it's a perfect opportunity But if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll try to answer some questions. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next game.